All right. Let's make sure everything is working there. Is it all connected? Yeah, I think it's working. All right. Hey, Rockstar, Steve AK. Let me just double check. No microphone was detected. Let me see if this is still working here. I think it might be. Let me know in the chat if you could see and hear me okay. I think that should be working. Let's there we go. Cool. There he is, Steve. Great to see you, buddy. All right. So I think that that's working there. Today we're going to be talking about practicing with purpose. Okay. Now before we get to that, definitely check out playfromday1.com if you want to get guidance, feedback, and structure in your guitar playing. Maybe you've been craving some actual structure if you've been doing it on your own and getting lost. Definitely check out playfromday1.com, add your name to the waiting list, fill out a few questions about your guitar playing, and I'll reach out to you if it feels like it's the right fit. Now, basically, playing and practicing with a purpose, what does that mean and why do we need to do that? Well, first of all, if you don't have any plan in place, then what ends up happening is your practice will be less effective. You'll get less done. You'll progress slower, okay? You'll possibly even run in circles, and the whole time, it won't really be as fun as it can be. Most importantly, well, actually, the fun is probably the most important, but let's say just as important is that you need to be having a plan, because that's what's most realistic as a guitar player. Like, guitar players don't just run in circles and practice the same thing all the time, or just practice whatever. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to just practice whatever, or I'm just going to play whatever. The best guitar players always have a plan, okay? And when I'm talking about a plan, I'm talking about purpose. These are two things that are involved in this. There's an experience that you always want to go for, and then there's a deadline, because usually that experience has some kind of deadline to it. Okay, now let's kind of dial it back a little bit. So when you're typically, like when you're learning how to play guitar, you pick up a guitar and maybe buy some books, DVDs, courses, hire a teacher, whatever it might be. And when you do that, you have this thing in your mind where you think, okay, well, it's gonna take a long time for me to do this. I'm gonna practice 40 minutes a day or whatever it is. You set out some kind of plan of what you're going to do, but that's open-ended. You're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna do for a long time, and then one day I'm gonna play. So that's very open-ended. And yes, to some degree that is a plan, but that's more of just an idea. That's not necessarily a destination. And what I'm talking about is not just learning notes on the fretboard, or not just playing a song because that's what your teacher showed you or that's what is inside a course. What I'm talking about is creating an experience on the guitar, a moment and a memory that makes you increases your confidence, is let's say a ton of fun, or maybe it's something super special for someone who you care about. So I'll give you some ideas here of what some of my students in the past have done and what I've helped them to also do. But just keep in mind that what you want to do is we want to create a memory and an experience here. And the reason for that, I've been coaching for a long time. I've been coaching for about 17 years now, and my company's called Rockstar Mind. And I understand there's certain things inside your mind that will kind of like almost like hacks that you can get more progress, learn songs faster. Everything centers around doing things better, and being more effective. And so when I'm talking about playing with a purpose, this is what we tap into. We tap into all the things in your mind that get you moving forward, rather than just, oh, I'm going to sit down in one place, the same place I always practice. I'm going to practice all the same things that I always practice, and just staying still and stuck. No wonder guitar players get stuck in a rut, is because there's nowhere to go. Let me know if that feels or sounds familiar. Let me know in the comments below. So here's some ideas. I just want to give you some ideas of what it means to practice with a purpose or play with a purpose. We need to have our reason why. Okay, so some things that my students have done in the past. They've prepared for a significant other's birthday. So maybe it's your wife's 50th birthday or 60th birthday coming up, and you want to play her favorite song. Maybe it's your anniversary. Maybe it's your kid's birthday or a special event for them. Maybe it's you have grandkids and you want to play So kids or grandkids, young kids, like I know for my daughter when she was born, I was playing her a lot of guitar, and she loved it because it really calmed her down. So my purpose at that point was to play for her, to spend quality time with her, but then also have her like calm down because she's just a newborn baby, and so it was is for her that I did it. That was my purpose, was for her to do that. And so then other special occasions, I've had students who performed at their wedding for their new wife, or at, like, let's say while giving a speech. I help design these things as well. I help design these experiences as well. Open mics for the first time, live performances for the first time. When you're doing that, I'm just going to step outside of these ideas for a second. When you do that, there's a deadline to that. So for example, the birthday is on a specific day of the month. Specific day of the year, the anniversary, specific day of the year, special occasion, the wedding is a specific day, okay? An open mic, there's a specific day of the week that you can prepare for. I'm going to go 2 Wednesdays from now, I'm going to go to an open mic and I'm going to perform. So, or I have a live performance coming up. One of my students performed with his brother for the first time Memorial Day weekend last year, and then this year, him and his brother joined his older brother, and then they all played. All 3 brothers playing on stage for the first time, and 2 of the guys are in their 60s, and so there's never too late for this to be a goal, one of your goals. And so this is your purpose. Like I saw in my student that his whole attitude and his whole vision and approach changed when he had that date. When he had that date in mind, like I've got to prepare for this date here. So how he practiced, when he practiced, what he practiced, all of those things changed when he had that purpose. Okay, does that make sense? So another thing, maybe you're auditioning for a band or for an experience. Like sometimes maybe it's a band, like a long-term band where you get together with buddies from work. Sometimes it's that work is putting together a band and you're auditioning for that. Maybe it's just band practice. You're in a band and you have to prepare for Thursday night band practice. Or maybe it's simply that you just went to a concert, Pink Floyd tribute band, and you're inspired to play Comfortably Numb. Okay, so but it's a purpose. It's an experience that you're trying to create for yourself and for someone else. Often it's for someone else as well, and that's the purpose right there. Because when you sit down and practice for that, now instead of having a plan where it's sort of open ended, like I'm going to practice for 40 minutes a day and I'm going to work hard and I'm going to eventually learn how to play guitar. Instead of projecting into the future like that, and with a plan that's sort of it's not really necessarily exciting. Now what you have, you're looking ahead at a specific deadline that I've got to prepare for that. That's my why. This is what I'm preparing for, what I'm planning for. And then when you experience that, that is a moment and a memory that will fuel you to the next one. So for my guys who did an open mic for the first time and they were terrified, then after they did that, they were completely changed as guitar players forever. They couldn't wait to do the next one. Same with the live performance. Same with if they perform for a significant other on their birthday. They're hooked. And that is what guitar is all about. Guitar is meant to be shared with other people. Guitar is meant to be create almost like a time machine effect that you can play your favorite songs and it'll take you back to when you were 16 years old. This is what the guitar does. And so if you just have the same thing over and over and over and you're running in circles, just playing the same thing and just kind of like, oh, I don't know, I'll just play this today, or oh, I don't know, I'll just practice scales today, then you're missing out on a huge part of guitar playing and what it means to play guitar and to be a guitarist. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, then and you want me to help you to design these experiences, I can help you create what is your purpose. We'd have a chat back and forth, and I'd help you find what your purpose is. It's not like a grandiose purpose or anything like that. It doesn't have to be like, oh, well, my overall purpose is, it could just be like, it's July, and at the end of the month, there's a special event coming up, so here's what I'm going to prepare for. That's a purpose. I'm practicing with a purpose in mind, okay? So it's not like you're going to like save the world or anything like that, and it's this grandiose thing that you have to stress yourself out trying to come up with. It's just, what is the purpose? What do you, like maybe it's a Christmas time, and you want to prepare a few songs because you want the family to gather around the fireplace and sing songs, right? Different purposes. It's all individual, and everyone has their own unique purpose, and it could change. You might have 3 or 4 things you plan for in a year. But if you want my help to actually help you figure out what your purpose is, as well as then help you design how to prepare for that, like for example, if it's a live show, if it's an audition, if it's an open mic, if it's a birthday, designing how it's going to go, how we're going to go about that, then definitely reach out to me. Check out playfromdayone.com. My members are getting great results there. You can check out the site, and there's some videos there of my members who are getting some great results, and there will be more coming. And yeah, again, if you enjoyed this video, then please like or share and leave a comment below. Let me know what your purpose is and what you're preparing for, and if you have any questions on how to move forward with that, and I'll be happy to help you with that. And also, I may even base a whole video on that in the future. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.